So hey, let's just sit around and talk about different things that happen in our lives, because I feel like several things in our lives happen for a reason. And recently I've been just going through a bunch of shit, and yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys how your lives been and what you guys do on a daily. So what I did was I went on Discord and I asked people different questions on what they wish they did when they were younger, what they wish that they knew now and in the future. And I got some really, really, really good answers from a lot of you guys, because some part of a lot of things you said really inspired me. So I named this Changing Your Viewpoints on the World Through Experiences. The topic is friends inspiring other friends to do better because they can't do better for themselves. If you let your insecurities, or if you let people dictate how you're going to live life, you're never going to truly be happy. You're always going to be held back by that fear that's inside of you. You'll never ask that one person out. You'll never reply for that job. You'll never get into that school that you wanted to be in. You will only live one time, so just do it. One of my friends said 3 things to pass on. Number 1 is that they wish that people told them when they were younger that time is precious and that they shouldn't waste it, they should manage it. And I feel that on a deep level, because I feel like oftentimes we do this thing where we feel like we have a lot of time to do whatever the hell we want to do, but we just never actually do it because we hold ourselves back by other things that don't really matter in our lives. Number 2, they wish that they knew how to wake up early. And yeah, sometimes it's a struggle, but oftentimes when you wake up early, you can manage your life early. And I feel like there's a sense of self where if you wake up early, you kind of start to understand different things that you probably wouldn't understand, or you can do your homework early. Like, the little things in life matter a lot and they can help you grow. They also wish that one question that they wanted to be answered: what's the purpose of reality? And we weren't supposed to exist, but why do we? And I think that's a deep question, really. We exist in this world for our own purpose, and whatever that purpose may be, I feel like that sole purpose is what manages us and keeps us moving on. And without that soul-defined purpose, we won't ever feel fulfilled with our lives if we have no direction of where we're going to go. Like, life is a journey. You're never going to have the answers, but the answers will always follow you, and you'll always find them within your own life. Another person said that they wish when the stock market crashed in 2007 and 2008, people would tell them they wish that they knew how to ride a motorcycle and a boat, how long they were going to live, and how they could have helped people out, how they would help their family out, and tell them, like, hey, I'm there for you. There's people jumping off buildings and everyone's hurting, but everyone's got to chill out, Bob Marley type style. And I think that we're kind of living in a day and age where COVID-19, the pandemic, like, even though those are 2 entirely different things, the stock market and different areas of people's lives aren't doing well as well. And I feel like that was there to kind of allow you to get better in general about how you feel about your life, your perspective on life, how to make whatever you want to do a reality. And if you want to ride that motorcycle and learn how to drive a boat, then just do it, because you only live once, and whatever happens, happens. Because as long as you live your utmost life doing what you know and love that's good for you, you're always going to be fulfilled and happy, and that's all that matters in the end. So what I take away from this is that you need to be inspirational to not only yourself, but to others when they're struggling, because we all have different struggles, we all have different needs, and some people don't tend to understand our struggles or needs because they're too focused on their own struggles or needs, or too many struggles and needs, And we often fall into this trap where we're always thinking about others, but we're never thinking about ourselves until something goes wrong. Someone said, "You're doing good, thank you. No need to overwhelm yourself. We're all humans and it's okay to make mistakes." Humans make mistakes all the damn time. If you were to ask a human, have you ever made a mistake? They should say yes, because everyone has made at least one mistake in their life, whether it's good or bad. Mistakes don't always have to be bad, because you can always use your mistakes to help you do good in your life, help you get better, help you become that better person, so that you don't do what other people did to you. They also said, "I wish I knew how to be more strict with people and be more good to myself. I mean, I'm being nice to people, and when I do something wrong, I'm still the one who apologizes and does like I'm the person who did the wrong thing." And I feel like we all fall into this trap of saying sorry when we're not sorry, or saying sorry when we know what we said is what we said, but we said sorry because it's just the most convenient thing to say. It's something that will make everyone feel better. But in reality, you don't need to say sorry to people that you don't want to say sorry to. You say sorry when you want to say sorry. Don't feel obligated to say sorry. If you did something, you did it for a reason. If that reason hurt someone else, that's their problem. They feel their own emotions and you feel yours. Now, if you're really close friends, then just talk to each other. You guys should be able to understand each other. But if they don't, then there's a level of miscommunication that you may have to talk about. They also said they don't really have any questions. They're like, they used to, but their questions relate to their beliefs and they feel like they got answers. And sometimes as a human, we all want answers. Sometimes we're never going to get an answer. And sometimes that's life's way of being like, deal with the pain so then you can get better and grow more. Because pain is beauty. They don't mean like go hurt yourself, or like they don't mean like put on makeup and be beautiful. No, pain is beauty. All this pain that you go through helps you find the higher version of yourself. So hang on there. Someone said, "I wish I was told I wouldn't be accepted in my family when I came out. I wish I knew how easy it was to be heartbroken. I'm dying to ask my father why he hurts and torments me in my nightmares." In this day and age, it's becoming more and more acceptable to come out, but we still have people who just can't accept the fact that people change, people are different, and people are going to love different things. They're not always going to love what you love. It's so easy to be heartbroken in society. People always toy you and use you and make you feel like you ain't good enough. Makes you feel like you're just there to be there. You're just there to be a toy, and it's not fun. It's not fun for anyone. And I feel like a lot of the times, that's what draws in a bunch of pain, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. What happens in your nightmares happens in your nightmares, and it might be your way of coping with things. It might be your way of your brain being like, I'm here for you. I'm dreaming on it in order to get over it and become the better version of myself. People dream things when they want to recover. People dream things when they want to forget, because their brain is doing its very best to put it in whatever file folder it belongs in order to forget, forgive, and learn from everything. Our brain is constantly learning. Even if we feel like we aren't learning, we're always learning something. Someone said, "I thought life was sunshine and rainbows, and now all I see is darkness. I wish people would told me how hard it is to be a girl, and if you were anything or loved anything bad, shit might happen. I wish feminism was gone, sexism, racism, and homophobia was gone. I wish we could all live in peace." Growing up in a Christian family, they were not crazy Christians. Like, some are racist and homophobic. I don't talk about it, but when I was a kid, I thought everything was going to be simple, happy bliss, that it was, until the darkness of my future overshadowed it. And I think something that's really deep about this is, as a girl, you always feel like you have to live up to expectations of society. And I feel like as you grow up, you'll sooner or later realize none of that will matter. No matter what you wear, no matter what you do, someone's always going to be there to hurt you or say something. I hate when people are always like, all women are feminists just because they're women and just because we're female. It's done. It's stupid. Why be mean to someone? Why do the things that life is doing based on their gender, based on their race, based on what they love to do? It's just so dumb. And I also wish that we could all live in peace. I've also lived with a family that's half Christian. Not all of them are racist or homophobic, but yeah, some of them can be. And at that moment, you can't really do anything because that's their point of view. And what you have to do is muster all the courage that you have in order to be yourself, try your best to be yourself, and just live without no doubts. And that's the best thing that you can do. I also thought life was going to be sunshine and rainbows. I thought everything was going to be happy until I moved to somewhere really cold, somewhere that was the exact opposite of my life. But within all the pain, there's always a little bit of bliss, something that you can learn and take away, something that allows you to find yourself even more. They said they also was feeling ugly, and they feel like even worse than before. They feel the need to be covered up by wearing makeup based on society standards. And what I say is, makeup is an art. Wear makeup if you want to wear makeup, but never wear makeup to cover something. Because if you're wearing makeup to cover something, then that means you may have an underlying insecurity, or you may have something underlying that makes you feel insecure about yourself. And what I say to that is, take care of your skin, take care of your body, because your body is the only vessel that you're ever going to have. So if you take care of that, then that's technically taking care of yourself. They said, I feel like society feels like people with hair are beautiful. People who are bald aren't deemed beautiful. Based on society standards, people who have different hairstyles or different ways of being them are bashed, because in this society, we don't like different things. Even though we want to change, we never do anything about it. And that's true. Think about all the people, all the cancer survivors, everyone who just doesn't have hair because they can either control it or not control it. It's so dumb. Why base people on physical features that much? As long as they're being themselves, as long as they aren't hurting you, as long as they're just going about their day to go about their day and go about their style just to go about their style. We all have different ways of expressing ourselves. And no matter what that is, we should not be judging people just because we do not like something. If we do not like something, we can say we do not like something. But that's never going to change their opinion on what they like. Because in this society, people always are going to have opinions about you or opinions about everyone else. But you got to realize that a lot of the time they don't care. And sometimes it's best to just walk away, go about your day, and just do what you do best. Someone also said when they were way into their 16 through 17 years, they acted like a child because nobody said to them they have been put in a situation where they need to grow up. They wish somebody said something at the time when they passed through 17 throughout 18 for those years. It was crazy because they were not understanding what was going on. And actually, I'm at that moment. I'm at those 16, 17, and 18 years, and I feel like it's hard to grow up if we don't realize it. Sometimes we need people to push us and nudge us into the right direction, but if we don't have those people to be our guides, then we're always feeling like we're doing something wrong and something that's not good, or something that we feel like we're fucking up on because we have no one to be like, hey, help. But let me just tell you, we're not always going to have someone to help us out there. We're not. The only person that can help us is ourselves, no matter what the situation. We're always going to have ourselves in our lives. Yes, we have other people in our lives, but who's to tell that they don't know what you know? Because you already know what you know. If you feel me? So, yeah. Someone said that they were thinking about this question a lot, and they were questioning why people are racist and sexist. Asian countries count less racist incidents. So, yeah, it's kind of it's hard to explain. It's really freaking dumb, though, because Everyone's different, whether you're Asian, you're white, you're black, you're African American, Scandinavian. No matter what you are, people forget that we're still human. We all have emotions. You shouldn't be saying something based on appearances. It's different appearances versus personality-wise, because if something's wrong with your personality, I'm going to call you out. But nothing's wrong with anyone's physical appearance. That's just the way they're built. That's just the way they are, and you can just kind of accept that. Same thing with sexist. Why be sexist with someone just because they're female, just because they're male, just because they're non-binary, just because they are transgender, just because they are he, she, it, they, them, da-da-da-da, just because they're all that? Why make fun of them? They're still human. We all have emotions. Sometimes I wonder why people are like that. It makes no sense in this society. You think everyone would accept everyone's dreams and beliefs and goals and age and gender. But I feel like we're so used to categorizing people and putting them in a position simply because we can just do it. I feel like society in general loves to pick on those who are not like the rest, when in reality everyone who is considered as abnormal in this world is their own version of normal. I feel like we all are pressured to conform and be something that we're not. We believe in people more sometimes, which when there is a higher power in place, because if someone is close to you and they have a higher power or the higher energy, you're going to start feeling like you're being drowned down with it, because we feel like we don't match up with their expectations or the dreams of that person. It's weird. And I also wish that I could tell everyone, don't worry about it. Society is going to be like this forever. And growing up, everyone's growing faster and faster today. But at the same time, the problem is that everything's growing up really fast. And I feel like everything's so fast-paced that it's hard to keep up with anything that's going on. I hate how people judge other people and that pick a different gender role or a different religion, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, we're all the same people. We all deserve the same degree of love and respect, no matter who you are. You can be a fucking criminal down the road, no matter what you did. As long as you learn from your mistakes, I will try to give you love, because I feel like a lot of people are lacking love because people just don't notice them. People are not there for them when they need them the most, and that's what sets people to go insane. It's just a way of the world. It never ends till the end, and then it starts again. That's the Sabrina Carpenter song. That's just the way of the world. It never ends till the end, and it starts again. It's when choosing a career, don't over-focus on how much money you will make. Having the means to survive on your own is something that is fine to feel worried about, but do not let that be the only decision that influences your decision. Instead, figure yourself out, figure what you really like, and go for it. But if you're not just half-heartedly, commit to yourself. To yourself and do it for the ones that motivate you. Later in the life, you'll realize that money is not what you're cared about, but it's the things and people that make your life meaningful. Underneath, you end up realizing you're actually not doing things for money, but you're doing something that you care about, something that you want to be proud of, something that makes you want to love everything back. So you figure out what you really like doing, or what or whom you were doing it for, and then once you have the guts, you go for it, because that's just what you want to do. Someone said, in the future, you don't know how much you'll regret taking the opportunities life gives you, such as talking to the love of your life, making friends with someone you've always admired. So do yourself a favor. Be brave for 5 minutes. Do it. Go do it. Take the opportunity. Even if it doesn't work out in the end, you'll always be able to, despite how you did. Despite the fact that you did your best when you were scared. And I think the best thing about being human is you are able to control your emotions, no matter how much you feel like you can't. And it's best to do things. Do things with no regret. Say what you want to say, as long as you feel like it's justifiable to you and not justifiable to others. Because what happens a lot of the time in so many experiences, people feel the need to justify themselves for others because other people don't understand them. Now, it doesn't matter if that other person doesn't understand you. What matters is that you're staying true to yourself. If your gut tells you go explain something to someone, then go explain something to someone. If you feel like you did something wrong, go talk to that person and say you did something wrong. It's all about communication. And if you don't communicate, then you're never going to get your answer. You're never going to live, and you're never going to truly grow. And that's why you're stuck in the spot that you're stuck in. Sorry. That's funny, because normally when people say someone is more precious to them, people automatically think crushes. People just think that's just the way society has us thinking. And anytime you want to know, there's always hope around us. We just can't see the hope every time, and it's okay, because we're all human. We all go through different things. I wish people told me life is different than how they teach you in school. I wish I knew who I'm going to get married to. I want to learn the answer to what is the sole purpose of our existence on my deathbed. And I think that's a very valuable experience. It's best to take in all the advice that you can take outside of school. School teaches us things like a system. And once we back away from that systematic approach and actually analyze different things that go on in our lives, we start to slowly understand different patterns and different reasonings behind different things. You're never going to know who you're going to be married to. You're never going to know who you're going to be with, no matter how much tarot, no matter how much anything you do. You're never going to know. And our sole purpose for our existence, I feel like personally, is to just be happy and do what we feel like we do best with no regrets. And that existence alone is something that will help us and make us strive to be the best we can until the day we die. And so someone said, I found a question. I might sound a little cliche, but is there any coincidence in this life, or everything is certain, but we make some choices? And I feel like based on our intuition, we do find a bunch of coincidences, and I feel like they're there for a reason. They're there to let us know something that we won't normally know. I feel like they're there for us to guide us and help us find the right direction. Nothing in this life is certain, and that's right, but all the uncertain things helps us find the certain thing, because we're always thinking about the thing that's uncertain, and then that will lead us into guiding your answers. No, into finding your answers. Sorry about that. But I hope you enjoy this mini talk, and I hope you enjoyed some of my answers to all your questions. And if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to DM me on Instagram, Discord, maybe in my comment section on YouTube, and just holler at me and give me your advice. Give me advice that you'd give to other people. Give me questions that you'd want other people to respond. And then maybe we can build a community by having other people respond to your questions and then have me analyze their own responses. So drop down some comments, some ideas that you have, and I'll see you next time. God bless you all. Goodbye.